The European Commission has launched an antitrust probe into whether Google is misusing online content from publishers and YouTube to train its AI systems. EU is probing whether Google might be distorting competition by imposing unfair terms and conditions on publishers and content creators, or by granting itself privileged access to their output. Take a look.
The European Commission has opened an antitrust probe to assess whether Google is breaching EU competition rules. That's in its use of online content from web publishers and YouTube for artificial intelligence purposes. The Commission announced the news on Tuesday. It said the investigation will examine whether Google is distorting competition by imposing unfair conditions on publishers and content creators, or by granting itself privileged access to such content and placing developers of rival AI models at a disadvantage. The Commission further said it was concerned Google may have used content from web publishers to generate AI-powered services on its search results pages. That's without appropriate compensation to publishers and without offering them the possibility to refuse such use of their content. The Commission added it's also looking at whether Google has used content uploaded to YouTube to train its own AI models, and without offering creators compensation or the possibility to refuse.
The European Central Bank is expected to propose simpler capital buffer rules for banks, responding to complaints that current regulations are overly complex and put EU lenders at a disadvantage to their US competitors. More details in this next report.
The European Central Bank will take a step towards simpler, not looser, bank rules this week. That's according to sources Tuesday. They said the ECB will pitch simplifying rules on the capital buffers banks should have to protect themselves from potential shocks. It would cut some of the complex regulation put in place after the global financial crisis. ECB Vice President Luis de Guindos is due to present the proposals Thursday. A spokesperson for the ECB declined to comment on Tuesday's report. The sources said the change would merge two key buffers that separate capital requirements set by national supervisors. The buffers were introduced by the EU as part of a post-crisis overhaul to stop another banking sector meltdown like that seen from 2007 to 2008. The shift is a more conservative approach than regulators in Britain and the US have taken recently. It may also disappoint bankers who hoped the EU might go further. Bankers complain the current rules are too complex and put them at a disadvantage to US peers, particularly at a time when Donald Trump's administration is leading a drive to deregulate. While last week the Bank of England cut its estimate of how much capital lenders need to hold, which was its first reduction since the crisis. It aims to boost credit and support growth.
And BMW has appointed Milan Devalkovic as its new CEO as the German automaker launches its next era of autonomous, ambitious models while battling fierce competition from China and high US tariffs imposed by Donald Trump. Milan has been a member of the board of management of BMW AG since 2019 and is currently responsible for the production division.
BMW has a new CEO. The German auto giant's supervisory board announced Tuesday Milan Nedeljkovic will take over from May next year. He'll replace current head Oliver Zipser, who will resign before Nedeljkovic takes charge. BMW said Nedeljkovic is 56 years old and currently head of production. It added he's worked with the carmaker for more than 30 years. BMW is gearing up to launch a new range of models in a competitive market. Nedeljkovic will head a carmaker fighting against tough competition from China and high US tariffs. Those challenges saw the luxury carmaker cut its earnings forecast for the year in October. It's also betting on the first model from the all-electric Neue Klasse series to drive growth next year.